Welcome to Tackle OET. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the correct usage of articles in your OET letter. In the case notes, these articles are usually omitted as the case notes are in short form. However, in your letter, you're expected to use articles accurately. As you know, one of the assessment criteria of the letter writing is the language, which includes grammar, spelling, punctuation, and vocabulary. So please pay attention to the correct usage of articles to score high. So let's see what is an article. Articles are words that define a noun as specific or general. There are two types of articles in English. One is the definite article the and two indefinite articles a or an. So let's see what definite article is. The definite article the is used when referring to something specific, and it can be used with singular, plural, or uncountable nouns. For example, the patient reported pain in the left leg. So we are specifically saying about the left leg. Next is the indefinite article a or an. It is used before a noun that is general or when its identity is unknown. For example, we say a pen or a request, a complaint, etc. A is followed by a consonant sound. Example, if you have a complaint, tell your doctor. C is a consonant sound, that is why we are using a complaint. An is followed by a vowel sound, that is A, E, I, O, U. For example, the patient had an episode of vomiting. Episode starts with a vowel sound, that's why we have used an episode. Whether an article is required or not depends on the noun that follows. For this purpose, nouns can be classified into two types, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are those which we can count. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted. So, countable nouns, for example, appointment, condition, result, operation, etc. It can be singular or plural. When it is in the singular form, we have to use the article a, an, or the. For example, the doctor received a complaint from her patient. There is an exception in this case. The articles can be left out if it is replaced with another determiner such as his or her, or this or that, or any, each, or every. For example, the doctor listened to each complaint, or her complaint was recorded. And countable nouns, when they are in the plural form, we are not allowed to use any articles. For example, the patient received complaints from her patient. We cannot use any article with the plural form of countable nouns. And next is the uncountable nouns. These nouns cannot take a plural form. So indefinite article cannot be used with countable nouns, that is a or an. We cannot use a or an with these uncountable nouns. However, definite article the as well as quantifiers such as some and any can be used. For example, accommodation, advice, assistance, treatment, surgery, etc. The patient will require assistance upon discharge, or we will say the patient will require some assistance upon discharge. Next, we'll move on to the rules to remember in OET writing related to the articles. First is always use articles with job roles. For example, nurse, doctor, dietitian, etc. The patient has seen a social worker. Next, nouns which describe the patient in some way need articles. For example, woman, man, smoker, vegetarian, etc. Mr. Smith is a single father. Or we will say Mr. Smith is a smoker. Procedures are countable and so it requires articles. For example, she has a blood test tomorrow. The definite article the should be used when referring to body parts. For example, pain in the stomach. And when we mention about the new information, or when we are saying some information for the first time, we have to use a or an, whereas when we are mentioning something previously informed, we have to use the. For example, initially she came for a blood test. The result of the blood test was negative. So the second time the reader knows we are talking about the blood test we have mentioned previously. That is why in second time we have used the blood test. Always use the definite article the with the word same. Example, she has a family history of the same disease. And do not use articles with one gerund. Gerund is the ing form of a verb which takes on the grammatical function of a noun. So no article is required with gerund. For example, the patient was advised to stop smoking. We will not say patient was advised to stop a smoking. Next is the medical condition. She has been suffering from diabetes. We are not allowed to use articles with medical conditions. Next is therapies. Example, chemotherapy, physiotherapy, etc. We will not use articles. Next is the medications. For example, Mr. Smith is prescribed warfarin. We will not say Mr. Smith is prescribed a warfarin. But there is an exception to this rule for medications. When a patient is making a specific request for one dose of something, we will use the indefinite article. For example, can I have a paracetamol? Hope this video is helpful for you as OET aspirants. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comments below. Subscribe this channel to get more videos related to tips and strategies to tackle your OET. Thank you.